This episode is brought to you by my one and only food and mood journal. This is an 8-week food and mood journal and planner for beginners where you can track how food affects your mood, your hunger, and your energy levels. Are you sick and tired of promising yourself to stop binge eating? Do you feel out of control with food and you just don't know why you overeat? You might have intense cravings leading to self-sabotage. My food and mood journal is the perfect tool to help you tune into your signals that your body sends you. And by tracking what you eat and drink will help you give insight on how food affects your moods. This is an 8-week kickstart to mindful eating to help you identify the triggers that make you want to eat when you're not physically hungry. So this includes a food tracker, a mood and stress tracker, because we know that stress eating can also lead to overeating. We also have an 8-week goals tracker with journal prompts and affirmations. You'll also track things like your water intake and exercise. It makes a beautiful gift for anyone who feels out of control with food. It's an easy to use journal and it will give you just the insights to help you get on the path to stop binge eating, emotional eating, or any other form of overeating. So get your food and mood journal today by clicking the link in the show notes. Thank you. Welcome to Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, the Overeating podcast, where I'll be showing up weekly to share with you what I've learned during my binge eating recovery, helpful tools such as yoga, mindfulness, and energy medicine. My name is Stell, and my purpose is to inform and educate so that you can fast track your recovery in healing your relationship with food and finally trust yourself around the peanut butter jar. Join me as I share top tips, my struggles and triumphs to help inspire or just entertain. Remember, there is nothing wrong with you if you can't stop overeating. That's why I'm here to guide you. Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond Overeating podcast by Wholesome Lifestyle Project. My name is Stell Coombe-Heath, binge and emotional eating recovery specialist, and I'm excited to be here today as we move into the final weeks of December. I understand the mad rush everyone is in. To be honest with you, I haven't even started with my Christmas shopping. So we're going on Friday, and I know it's probably going to be such a crazy decision. But I must say that this year for me, kind of Christmas came as a kind of a shock. Being in lockdown for so long, it just felt like we kind of, just getting back into the swing of things. And now all of a sudden, Christmas is almost here. And if you're watching the YouTube version of this, you will notice that I am in my jumper. And this is because I wanted to connect with my friends in the Northern Hemisphere who are going through their snowy Christmases. No, I'm joking. It's just crazy Melbourne weather. We kind of go up and down. Yesterday was really, really hot, and today is a bit of a cooler day, a jumper day. So you just never know. It's like a surprise every single day. And I just wanted to start off this podcast with a bit of reflection of where I've been in the last year. And I like to kind of reflect and always just count kind of the small things that we've achieved and also the larger things we've achieved, because I feel like we sometimes discount all our achievements. And my one coach actually got me to put this together. And I thought it was just going to be a great way to celebrate with you. You can maybe find out a little bit behind the scenes of the things that I have accomplished. And I'd love for you to, as you go through these, kind of put together your own reflections of where you've been. I'll also share with you a few journal prompts at the end. So I'm excited to just share part of my journey with you. As you know, you've supported me through these listens, through listening and supporting me through all these podcasts. And yeah, just super, super grateful that you are here. And saying that, if you haven't done so yet, I'd love for you to go and leave me a review or subscribe to this podcast on whichever platform you're listening to. It will mean a lot, and it will also tell the algorithms that my content is important, and they will show to more people who need help. So thank you for your continued support. And let's get into just some of the reflections that I wanted to share with you. So the first thing I was asked was, what are you most proud of, or what you've done in 2021? And I think, you know, one of the biggest things that has happened to me, and, you know, I know a lot of people probably have experienced some form of loss this year, but I lost my dad almost 6 months ago. And that was a really painful process to kind of sit with and be with. And I use those words specifically because I really took the time to sit with it and be with my feelings. And, you know, it's, you know, grief for me in the past, I would have brushed things off, pretended like nothing happened. This time around, I really just allowed myself to feel into all the feels, and there was so many. So, you know, still staying positive when it came to my work and showing up for you on the podcast, or on, you know, on Instagram or on Facebook, also showing up for my clients, but also just allowing myself time to grieve and to process what was unfolding for me. And, you know, grief is not just a thing that happens overnight. It's a long process, as some of you might know, and I'm just quite proud that I was able to give myself that space. Another thing that I'm really proud of is that in the end of November, it marks my 3 years of binge free status. So I have been on this journey now for I started my binge recovery journey about 3.5 years ago, I would say. And around November was the most amazing thing. I actually stopped binge eating completely. So that to me is a really good achievement to kind of just hold near to my heart, and always just kind of celebrate the fact that I am here, I am showing up. You know, life has thrown me all sorts of stuff. Like, I've even battled a chronic illness this year with chronic migraines, still kind of going through the remnants of that. And still I was able to manage my urges. So big aha moment there is the urges don't always go away. I haven't heard an urge in a very, very long time, but as I was processing this grief, and one of few times when I was like down with a migraine for like 7 days or more, there were these urges of, you know, just get yourself that donut, or just get yourself that cheesecake. And, you know, sometimes I did get the cheesecake, but I made sure that I used the tools that I apply and teach my clients before I even reacted to the urge. I really checked in, nourished myself, and, you know, still allowed for balance. So that was really, really great. Some really, really proud moments from that perspective. The other thing that I'm really proud of is I published my first book, and it's the Food and Mood Journal, which is available now on Amazon. You can go and grab that. This is probably an amazing time to get it. It's an 8-week journey of just tracking your food and how it affects your mood, and the other way around, how your mood affects your food choices. I also provide you with affirmations and journal prompts, just to kind of feel a slight sense of upliftment as you go through the journey. But also some of those affirmations are really there to help you shift into a different mindset, more of a food freedom mindset, instead of some of the affirmations that we're used to hearing about, that actually sometimes brings guilt and shame to our healthy intentions. So those were some of my biggest wins for the year. Things that I can think of as well is that my biggest business wins for the year has been that I started the group program, the Rewire Your Overeating Brain Mastermind. Was born this year purely out of the fact that I realized that people needed a sisterhood. My clients, my one-on-one clients are doing amazing. And, but there was just that sense of lacking. They felt still alone. And the way that I could show them that they weren't alone was by bringing a group of amazing women together, ambitious women who all want to get a handle on their relationship with food. And stepping into this group program, I must say I was quite apprehensive because of the fact that some of our triggers we deal with when it comes to binge eating or our food issues and body issues, they're deep wounds, and we don't want to discuss those in front of others or with others. But the way I structured my group program is that you get the group sessions, but then you also get some one-on-one time with me where we can go deeper into the issues you don't want to discuss with the group, which I felt was a really, really great way to kind of marry the one-on-one and group program. So I'm super, super stoked that the group program is here. It's not going anywhere. I'm, in fact, actually setting up for the next round, which starts on the 10th of January, 2022. So if you would like to rewire your overeating brain, come and join the Overeating Brain Mastermind that starts next year. Through discovering this group setting, I've just realized this sense of community, and I really, really appreciate the support that all these sisters in the sisterhood have given one another. And I'm looking at ways to even further support them along their way, along their journeys, and creating more of an intimate sisterhood. Another amazing win for me was that my podcast, the Beyond Overeating podcast by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, just hit over 9,000 listens, you guys, and just over 50 episodes. That is an amazing, amazing achievement for me. Like, I just feel so honored and blessed that my content and my message is reaching so many people, and I'm looking forward to continuing to support you through this process, through whatever you are struggling with when it comes to your relationship with food. And that is my vision, to really just expand this. My vision and my mission is to help over 1 million women have a better relationship with food in their body. So this is where you can help me. If this podcast has helped you in any way, it's supported you in any way, please share it with a friend, share it on your Instagram stories and tag me in it. My Instagram handle is @Wholesome Lifestyle Project. And what I just recently discovered is you can actually share the podcast on Facebook stories as well. So please make sure to pass on the love and share this with as many people as you can, so that we can spread the message of food and body confidence, and helping more people find that food freedom. So other kind of successes that I had this year was I was featured in quite a few magazines from the Energy Healing magazine. I became a speaker on Insight Timer. I do regular talks there now, at least once or twice a week. I'm on Insight Timer, supporting the Insight Timer community. I am a regular blogger for Kiddopedia magazine. And I actually, I was interviewed on TV twice this year, which is a really nerve-wracking experience for me. If you know me for a while, you might have realized that or I might have mentioned before that I'm actually really, really video shy. 5 years ago, I would have run away from any cameras, especially if it was video cameras. And here this year, I've been interviewed on 2 TV interviews. And I was also a guest on probably around 20 different podcasts this year, which is great because I get to chat to other health and wellness enthusiasts and share my message, share my story, hear and learn more about their stories. So I really love that part of podcasting, the fact that we can collaborate with others, and, just share our journeys, which is really, really spectacular. So another thing that I'm really, really excited about is the fact that I was actually nominated as a finalist for 3 different awards this year. So the first one was the Australian Achiever Award, where my clients actually got to rate my services and the way I deliver my programs and how they feel about it. And they actually, I want to just pull that out because I don't think I've actually ever shared it here on this platform. So this is me just finding the results, but they gave me a score of 96.72%. So this is not just like a stranger business reviewing me. These are my clients who actually felt that I really supported them. And some of the things they said was, Wholesome Lifestyle Project understands me. I feel like it's tailored just to me. They change lives, and I have thoroughly enjoyed working with Estelle. I am 100% sure she will reach her goal of impacting 1 million lives. So that was one of my clients. These are all done anonymously. I provide them with my client information. And obviously I've asked my clients before if they'd be willing to provide some feedback. My clients then go ahead and they are interviewed. So it's really, really special that I got these amazing feedback. So I don't know who gave these, but thank you so much everyone who reviewed and rated me this year. So the next one said, Wholesome Lifestyle Project is a very professional business. All communication was very clear and on time. I felt that Estelle listened to me as well. Anything that I felt was an issue was addressed. I was absolutely life-changing work and that she did with me. Thank you, my love. They are very supportive and friendly. Estelle listens to all my issues and provides tips, tools, and advice. I love that she helps me with how to deal with certain issues, and that her personality is very calming. She has lots of product knowledge and very passionate about what she does. Her customer service is excellent, and overall, she's very helpful. The last one is Estelle is an excellent communicator. She keeps records on me that I can access myself. Her manner is so friendly. She's fantastic to deal with, and she helps me out so much. Estelle is passionate about what she does. She is a genuine and caring person who wants to help people who are suffering. So thank you so much, everyone. If you're listening, you're my clients, and one of those messages are maybe from you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I really just appreciated receiving that award from the Australian Achiever Awards. I was also nominated as a finalist in the Raw Awards and the BS Business Networking Awards. So those are all amazing achievements for me, something that I would like to cherish and think about and, not let it just fall off the wagon and, get lost in the crowds. So those are basically my wins for the year and something that I like to reflect on. So I'd love for you to do the same. Grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to take you through a few journal prompts that you can write down about your life or your journey. Maybe it's your relationship with food, and really just reflect back and give yourself some credit for even the tiniest of smallest of things. So first question is, if you still needing a pen and paper, pause this recording and go and grab that, because I'd love for you to really give this some time. Invest in yourself by doing some self-reflection. What are you most proud of? What are you proud of what you've done in 2021? As I said, it can be the smallest or the biggest thing that you've ever achieved. If you need to pause, I would actually suggest pausing in between these questions as well. You're welcome to do that as well. What are your biggest wins for yourself this year? What is your biggest lesson in 2021? And I also wanted to add in a few body positive or body acceptance journal prompts here. So first question here, when have I not loved myself in the past? Why was that? And how did it make me feel? Why am I choosing something different now? If you're struggling to catch up, I will put these in the show notes so that you've got them. The next question is, write down 3 ways my life would change if I started accepting all aspects of who I am without judgment or shame. Oh my gosh, such a big one. I can write an essay about that one. Next journal prompt. How can I use what I've learned so far when it comes to finding ways of loving myself in the future? Next question. What are 3 daily habits that support my self-love journey, and how do I feel when doing them? Oh my gosh. And if you don't have any habits yet that support self-love, I suggest maybe putting here some few suggestions that you can do. You know, self-love does not have to be massive. It could just be the smallest little things that you add into here. The last journal prompt is, what are 10 things I love about my body today? So these are just some amazing prompts to just get you through this busy festive season. You can actually do these at any time. And I'd love to just leave you with a bit of a story, or just, I would love for you to just imagine where you're at with your binge eating at the moment. If you are still struggling and you find yourself in a space where last year, this time you promised yourself that in 2021, you were going to sort out your binge eating or your relationship with food, but you feel like you are just there, or maybe you've just binged again this week or yesterday, or even as you're listening to this podcast, and maybe you've promised yourself that you never do it again, but here you are again, just feeling low and down about it. And maybe you feel confused about how you got here in the first place. How did you end up using binge eating as a way or a solution? You know, maybe you feel like I'm always watching what I eat, but sometimes the fuck it effect just kind of drops in and kicks in, and I end up eating at night and I don't understand why I'm here. And maybe you've been a chronic dieter this year. Maybe you've been yo-yo dieting and going from one magical diet to the next, and you've eventually listened to your BFF and she's recommended something amazing. You tried it out, but it's just not working for you. And, you know, I get it. This was me for over 13 years. I really struggled with finding a way around just not binge eating, just being okay with food, just feeling normal with food. Just, you know, my friends would be able to eat a piece of pizza and be 100% okay with eating. First of all, there was no guilt. They didn't say I'm being naughty for eating this. They just ate it. They enjoyed it. And then, once they've had one or two slices, they put it down and said, oh my gosh, I'm full, like I'm done. And I just couldn't understand how it was, because for me, it was the opposite. I would feel guilt. I would feel shame. I would feel anxiety eating that pizza. I would end up eating it too fast, not tasting anything, really not enjoying what the experience was. And then I would overeat. I'd eat till I'm over full, because say to myself, well, this is the last time you're having pizza, so you might as well get as much in as you can. And that's just one example of some of the things that I would go through, and I know how painful it is. I know how terrible and fearful it is to the fact where you actually ban yourself from buying all foods that you could potentially binge on as well. And, maybe you're at a point where you're like, is this me? Is this my life? And is this just the way that I'm always going to be? And I would like to just extend to you that life does not need to be like this. If you feel that you're struggling, know that there is a different way. And I've heard this from so many people. I speak to at least 5 or 6 people a week who are going through the same thing. And, there's so much frustration and agony in, feeling so trapped. That's what one lady used this week. She used the word, I feel so trapped. I feel like I'm imprisoned in my behaviors and my thoughts and my emotions with food. It's all I can think about, and it's just ruining my life. I just wish that I could get rid of this. And I said to her, you know what? I hear this all the time, so that she doesn't have to feel lonely like I'm telling you. Hear this from people who put in all the work, but they just don't get the food and body freedom that they are after. And I wanted to let you know that there is another way. And the Rewire Your Overeating Brain Mastermind is a way for you to really break through those shackles that food has caused for you, so that you can make space for other things in your life, so that you can think freely, so that you can feel okay with Christmas festive foods, so that you can feel okay with eating salad and not dread eating a salad, but actually look forward to eating healthy foods as well. And, when I take my clients through and the sisterhood through the Rewire Your Overeating Brain Mastermind, they learn how to no longer feel the urge to binge or the urge to purge, whatever they're experiencing. They free their minds of food and body thoughts. And, there's just far more important things in our life that needs our attention. If you're spending more than 30% of your day or awake hours thinking about food, then that's starting to take over, and it's creating an imbalance in other areas of your life. And one thing I really envision for my clients, especially those with families, is to being able to have an ice cream with your family without feeling like you're going to binge later, or feeling triggered into just going down that downward spiral. So this mastermind has had many, many amazing reviews already, even though it's still in its infant stages. We've gone through a few rounds, but here's just what one of the ladies who just finished a while back, her name's Eunice. She's amazing. This is what she said about the Rewire Your Overeating Brain Mastermind. She said, for well over 40 years, I've attempted many diets and motivational weight loss programs and even gyms. All that ever happened was I would spend pounds and I would shed pounds and would feel great for a while. And then something would trigger me, or I couldn't manage the restrictive diet, and off I went. Before I knew it, I was heavier than when I started. I would hate myself and I would constantly berate myself. I felt I was a failure and food was my comfort. Then I found Stell, and what a shining star she is. Thank you, Eunice. Sending you loads of love. She has taught me that I am in control of my body. She has taught me that having emotions and feelings is okay, but I see and deal with them in a positive way. And this is what I hope for you this year, is that you are able to feel in control, let go of the shame, and see and deal with your emotions in a positive way. So if that is you, if you would like that for yourself, I would love for you to hop on and join the Rewire Your Overeating Brain Mastermind program. I'll put the link in the show notes. I can't wait to see you there. Looking forward to our next episode next week, which will be the last episode for 2021. And I can't wait to bring you more food freedom in that episode. Bye for now, everyone. Along the way. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to share this with all your friends. You can do this by adding this to your Instagram story and tagging me at Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or by simply telling them about it. If you could rate and review on whatever platform you are listening, this will go a long way in helping me get this podcast out there so that I can share my message and help as many women out there struggling with food issues as I can. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram on Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Coombe-Heath, and that's where you'll find me on LinkedIn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.